Kulachal in today's Kanyakumari district of Tamil Nadu was part of the kingdom of Travancore in the 18th century. Kulachal exported large quantities of pepper besides coconuts. Kulachal began to become an important international center of trade, and Kulachal was attacked by the Dutch East India Company in 1741, and they continued a crusade from the last week of July 1741 down to August 10. On August 10, the King of Travancore, Marthandavarma, crushed the Dutch power, and the Dutch commander was taken prisoner. The Dutch commander was Delnoy. Delnoy was taken prisoner, and he later on became an officer in the Travancore State Service and modernized Travancore militia. Van Reet, like commanders, were there in the east for a time, but it was Delnoy who modernized modern Travancore army. Delnoy never expected a defeat for him in his lifetime, but fortune saved Travancore from any debacle at the hands of the Dutch. The Dutch war in 1741 was an eye-opener for them. They themselves were well settled in Cochin for more than a century. The flourishing trade in Cochin happened to be the reason for their invasion of the southern tip of Travancore, namely Kulachal, because the forces led by Marthandavarma, after having conquered Neravangat, Kayankulam, Chembasheri, Cherthala, had a plan to invade Cochin. Thereby, the Dutch interest would be in shambles. Marthandavarma also had a plan to annex the whole of Cochin state and to carry on his onward march even to the Samarans territory. But by the time he reached Cherthala, the Dutch East India Company feared his might and had come to the southern tip and tried to attack Kulachal. And the disappearance of the Dutch forces from Cochin made the King Marthandavarma and his able lieutenant and Prime Minister Ramayan Dalava to sense the danger, and they rushed to southern tip and had an encounter with the Dutch forces at Kulachal, and the commander-in-chief was taken prisoner. Is the story of the Battle of Kulachal staged in 1741. This happened to be perhaps the first crushing defeat secured by the Dutch East India Company, or for that matter the European Company, at the hands of a native ruler like Marthandavarma of Travancore. The Dutch and the English, they believed that they were the global naval powers, but the same Dutch suffered heavily in 1741 at the hands of this tiny ruler of Travancore state is a story unknown to the Western world. Perhaps you might be knowing that the Nobel laureate poet Rudyard Kipling had written a poem, Kim. In this particular poem, he had outlined the superiority of the white man's burden. He believed that the white race had come to East to civilize the Eastern people, particularly the Asiatics. The irony is that at a time when India had a progressive civilization under the Mauryas and Kushanas, England has had only a Stone Age culture, and this he had forgotten, and he believed in the superiority theory popularized from time to time by Western writers and scholars. J. Kennedy, the author of the History of Malaya, is one who popularized this type of a theory. In his book on Asian nationalism, J. Kennedy described the 1805 War of Russia and Japan as a triumph for the Asian resurgence under the Japanese. In fact, 1804-5 battle in between mighty Russia and tiny Japan was an event of importance. But tiny Japan's triumph over the mighty Russians or the mighty Europeans is an important landmark of Asian resurgence. But long before that, more than 164 years back, Kerala had a ruler who was able to crush the Dutch East India Company. Is a story unknown to the Western world. D.G. Hall, when he wrote the Southeast Asian history, or many others who had written or penned many pieces on Southeast Asian life and culture, never had given any account of Marthandavarma or his triumph over the Dutch East India Company in 1741. The superiority complex of Rudyard Kipling like poets, or even Kennedy like historians, or even D.G. Hall like humanists is a story to be known to the Western world. That's why the Battle of Kolachal of August 10 secured importance in world history or global history. The hero of this battle is none other than Marthandavarma, the maker of modern Travancore, who by dint of his military prowess conquered the whole of Travancore by crushing his enemies and by his military aggressions and finally by his patriotic efforts. No wonder Marthandavarma, just to regain his lost reputation as a result of these wars, submitted the entire kingdom of Travancore to his tutelary deity, Lord Padmanabha, and ruled the state as a Dasa, servant of Lord Padmanabha. Consequently, from 1729 onwards, the Travancore rulers came to be called as Padmanabha Dasas. He ruled the state on behalf of the ruler because he had surrendered his sword to Lord Padmanabha as a more or less as a apology to the bloodshed he was able to stage as through the battles staged with the local rulers and kings. Marthandavarma is a shining example of military prowess and strategies and stratagems with which he fought and secured the writ on his face. I invite you for further details to this channel and I request you to subscribe and express your likeness as well as to share your thoughts on topics like this.